We'll say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? We would like to begin this link, this dialogue, this interaction with the following idea. We have of late been communicating to many of you the notion of techniques for learning how to really stay in the moment, live in the moment, be in the moment, as you say in your language. For it is essential, if you really want to manifest the reality of your preference, the reality of your joy, that you learn to do so. Because only by living in the moment do you allow yourself to be capable of receiving the kind of transformation and the kind of change you say you prefer in life. The reason for this, fundamentally, basically, is because there is only now. Anytime you look, it will never be then. It will only be now. And therefore, if you are not living in the now, you are not, shall we say, present enough to receive the reflections, the gifts, the ideas that you say you prefer in your reality. If you are not at home when opportunity knocks, then it shall go unanswered. It shall go unexperienced by you. So learning to stay in the now, learning to not judge what is going on in your life, but learn to work with it in a constructive and positive way, will assist you greatly in helping you manifest or allow for the manifestation of what you say you most strongly desire in your heart of hearts that your lives can be. The idea is to understand again everything as energy, for everything is but energy in motion, emotion, and thus in that sense allowing yourself to feel, to vibrate in harmony with the idea of your joy, your excitement, your unconditional love is what will allow you to be operating on the highest frequency possible. And in operating on the highest frequency possible, you will simultaneously be allowing yourself to be the truest version, the most natural version, the most original version of yourself that you can. And in doing that, by operating on that high frequency, by functioning as your natural self, your life can unfold automatically, effortlessly, magically, miraculously, as you say. For miracles are really not the exception to the rule, they are the norm. Your reality has been created to be the exception to the norm of experiencing magic and miracles all the time. Synchronicity, or what you call strange coincidence, is really all there is. It is the way that your physical reality has of interpreting the fact that everything is connected, that everything is one. You can only experience this linearly by seeing this connected to that, this happening at the right place, the right time, just when something else very important happened, coincidentally. That's the way that your physical reality can best express the fact that everything is connected, that everything is one, that everything exists in an overall concept of eternal now. But when you experience yourself as physical beings, you bring with that experience the definition of breaking things up into time and space. And so the closest you can really get to the concept of really experiencing everything eternally now is the idea of the synchronicity, the coincidence, that right place, right time, connective feeling that lets you know that everything really is one, but you can experience that in a one after the other kind of effect in your reality. But still it can unfold very effortlessly, very magically, if you learn to stay in the now. And again, the key to that is to be in love with what's going on in your life, to be in love with yourself utterly, unconditionally, and totally, for you deserve to be. You were created in the image of the all, that is, of the infinite, and there is no reason why you should treat yourself with any less respect, or any less value, or any less deservability than the infinite has for you by creating you to begin with. If you were worthy of creation in the eyes of the infinite, why argue with that gift? Why discount that idea? Why judge yourself so harshly? Understand that when you may be misaligned with your integrity, yes. Understand when you may choose to do things that are not necessarily constructive, yes. But if you understand that you are making choices that are not representative of your preference in a beneficial way, then learn from that in a positive way and let that lesson teach you what it is you do prefer. We would simply suggest, although of course it is your life, you can do what you want, we're not here to tell you what to do, but we would simply suggest strongly that you take the time not to spend your time to worry that you have done something you don't want to do, spending time judging yourself for being such a bad person for having done this, or that you're doing something wrong, or that you don't get the hang of it, or one excuse or another. For in choosing to focus on that, you're only adding more judgment, more time, more negativity to yourself, and making it more difficult for you to be able to see your beauty, your naturalness, your immediacy, your ability to stay in the moment, your ability to love yourself. It is your choice. It is up to you. All realities are valid. All experiences are valid. Even those in which you judge yourself in a negative way are valid because, again, you can learn from them. But it isn't so much, again, the idea of what happens to you. It's what you do with it, what you make of it, how you respond instead of react to it. It's learning to allow everything to serve you in a positive way, regardless of how you have been taught to think those things are supposed to be in your life, for what reason, or this or that, or that they're supposed to be negative, or supposed to be one thing or another. There is no supposed to be. There is only what you have been taught to label things as. And while we recognize that certainly you can know through objective observation when somebody is perpetrating a negative act, simply energetically negative in the sense that it is separational or segregative, it still does not require that you judge it in a negative way and add more negativity to it, but that you allow yourself to recognize that even though others may be intentionally negative in their actions, by remaining in the understanding of living in the moment, by remaining in the understanding that you have the choice to extract from every situation a positive result, no matter what the original intention might be, then that is all you will experience, is that positive result. And in extracting only the positive result from it, you also, coincidentally, reflect back to the best opportunity you can to the other individuals who may have been originally perpetrating negative intention, the idea of how a situation can be transformed from negative to positive by letting them see through you not a reinforcement of their negativity, but a beautiful, bright, and shining reflection of positive understanding of your strength, that everything in your life happens for a reason, and let them see that light and give them the opportunity to recognize that they also have that light within themselves and do not have to perpetrate anything negative at all in their lives in order to get what they want. For you're all already as powerful as you need to be, because you were designed that way to get whatever you want without ever having to hurt yourselves or anyone else in order to do so. It's how you were designed. You are a complete kit. Being made in the image of the Creator, as you say, means you contain everything you need to be a creator of your reality. You are missing no pieces. You have it all. It's just that by allowing yourself to experience the concept of physical reality with its definition of limitational focus, you have also learned to play the game of forgetting that you are in the image of the infinite. But that's all right too, because that's a valid way to experience yourself, and that's a valid part of the infinite, to forget that you are a part of it. But now is the time that you are, as a planet, as a species, as a civilization, remembering. You are awakening again from your deep, deep sleep of forgetfulness, and you are exploring realms of consciousness and many other new ideas that are really old ideas, but in a broader scale, in a broader sense, because you are waking up from the dream of forgetfulness into the dream of remembrance. All it takes is being in the now, living your joy, following your dreams, acting upon them, being your true self, and everything will begin to unfold in a natural and positive and creative and loving way, because it can only be a reflection of what you choose yourself to be. Remember, physical reality is but a reflection of your idea of yourself. There is nothing outside you. There is no outside. It is all inside. But it is a reflection back to you of yourself, of your state of being, of what you believe is most possible for you, or what you might fear is most possible for you. Whatever the strongest driving force, strongest emotion is, energy motion, is what the reflection will bounce back to you. Again, in the same way that we use the analogy of your glass mirror. If you look in the mirror and you see a frown on the reflection, do you reach out your hands and pull and push at the reflection in order to change it into a smile? No. You change your own face first, or you will never see a smile in the mirror. If you do not change yourself, you will never see the change in your reality. But the soonest that you change yourself, the smallest change you make within yourself, true change, knowing change, you cannot but help but see that reflected back to you. That's how it works. This is physics, not philosophy. That's how it works. We thank you for allowing us to reflect to you this idea that you already contained, and we thank you for allowing us to function as the mirror to remind you of what you already knew. In return for the gift that you are giving to our civilization now through me, in allowing us to experience all of you, I ask at this timing, in what way may we and I be of service to you? You may begin with sharing in any way, shape, and form you so desire.